This is the Sunday edition of the 217 Recovery Podcast. Tonight's episode was carefully selected by Marney.
Could be little, could be big. But going back out is not the answer.
Sit back, relax, or do whatever it is you do, and enjoy Marney's Sunday night replay.
Is that where the little emojis that are laughing get put up?
Oh, you got jokes now?
Oh, check, 1, 2.
This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield, Ryan Beckman, and Chris Goss.
It's the 7th of March, 2020. It is the 217 Recovery Podcast. My name is Corey Winfield. Ryan Beckman, Chris Goss, they actually are on a trip together.
Ooh.
They went down to South Bend.
Oh, That is quite the trip there.
Yep, they are down there at the Podcast Name Hall of Fame.
Oh.
And they're going through there to see what names they can steal. And Chris is just kind of helping them out. And Dustin's with them too, I think, trying to save women from jail.
Oh.
Or jail, as other
Gel.
people call it. No, just kidding. They are actually in Boyne City tonight. I am, once again, down in Southwest Michigan.
He just cannot stay away from us.
I'm telling you, well, here's what happened was.
What happened?
Courtney from Skywood Recovery invited us to go tour the facility there just outside Kalamazoo in Augusta. And Chris and I went on yesterday, and my gosh, what an amazing facility.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I was going to ask if I could come with you guys. I should have.
Yeah. You've been more than welcome.
Yeah. I know.
You'd have probably checked in just to get away from the kids.
I know. Maybe
like,
I
no,
still
I
will.
have a problem.
Maybe I still will.
How many days can I stay? Just 30? But no, the
nice.
facility in Sky, oh my gosh, it's on an old golf course.
Oh.
And it's just beautiful. They have the cart path, so everything's well maintained, taken care of. They actually have a real weight room. Like, you go to some of these websites and some of these facilities, especially there's one up north, and it says all the stuff that it has, and it doesn't.
Oh my gosh.
And like,
can we name names?
Yeah,
just so people know to stay away.
Well, yeah, I mean, Bear River Health, if you go to their website and then you go to their facility, you'll notice that their weight room is out in like a broke down garage, and it's not what they're advertising.
Right.
Where this place, Skywood Recovery, no, they have a gym.
Oh, wow.
And a real ping pong table.
Wow. Ooh, I love me some ping pong.
Chris was just kind of like taken back. He's just like, whoa.
Wow. And it's right by him, right?
Yeah, well, because, Chris is from Battle Creek.
Creek. I listen.
He's like just 12 miles down the road. That's where I'm from. And I was kind of wondering why I didn't go there.
Did you even know about it?
Well, it wasn't really open.
I get you.
Because when I first started in 2015, when was it? June 2015. When I went to my first rehab, I went to California.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know that I wasn't the only person out there that suffers with addiction.
Right.
And I didn't know what else to do, but I knew I was on the radio, and I couldn't have people knowing. So I couldn't go anywhere in Arkansas, and I couldn't go anywhere in Michigan. And that was kind of my big thing, is I had to avoid those two states. I had to get out of here. Mm-hmm. And through iHeartMedia, that's who I worked for at the time, I had really good insurance.
Yeah.
And that's what all these rehab places kept telling me too, is, man, your insurance is good. Like, come on out. And then I would say, there was one in California that told me they would only, or that my insurance through them, because they weren't in network, whatever, would only pay 60% of it, which would leave me paying the other 40%. And I want to say it was like 30, 40 grand, might have been more. And the guy was like, you know what, man? I wouldn't worry about that. I'm like, no, I just bought a house, recent. Well, I guess it had been like 5 years since I bought a house, but I was like, I'm trying not to get too much stuff on my credit, and
right.
try and keep it. I don't want to go into debt that bad.
Right.
And he's like, we never come after the person,
I remember you telling me about that before you went out there. And it was one of the reasons why you liked it, actually, at the time.
Well, I didn't go to that one because of what he told me, though.
Oh.
Because he told me, don't worry about paying us back, and that's not what we do. We know that people that go to rehab, they don't have anything anyway, so it would be a waste of our time.
Okay.
And why do you think we charge so much?
Oh.
Because we know we're not going to count on that 40%.
Oh.
So I'm like, and that was one of the first kind of eye-opening moments I had about a rehab, about going to rehab and about how it all works. Because when you see it on the movies or you hear other people go, oh yeah, the rehab. First of all, you think you're going to go there and then just come out and you're going to be fixed,
Right.
and you think you're going to go there and you're so ashamed and you're afraid, who you're going to meet and what's it going to be like, and there's all those emotions. And then I got this guy telling me, I don't worry about it. That's why we charge so much, because we want the insurance to pay for it and not you.
Yeah.
Which, I guess,
Yeah.
But I ended up going to this other one where my insurance paid 80%. I get there, and it's not as advertised.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
They wanted to put me up in a detox. And I had been sober for about 2.5 weeks. So other one rehabs were telling me, was one in Oregon was telling me that you have to drink again. Otherwise, we cannot take you. You have to be like 24 or 48 hours.
That's messed up.
From your last drink in order for us to take you, because we have to put you in detox.
Death.
Oh, they don't. It's about money.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that part of the time. I mean, it was starting to come around to hey, wait a minute. But they wanted to put me in detox, and I had to be in detox at this one in Oregon, and I ended up not going there, obviously. But in California, they were like, yeah, you got to do detox for a week, and I was like, okay, well, all right, sure.
You're right.
It's been 2.5 weeks, do I really have to? And so I go
that's
there.
When you just tell a white lie.
Yeah. And I guess, again, I didn't understand what detox, I didn't understand any of that. So I go there, and there's just these sickly people walking around this house, and I'm like, no, not doing this, not doing this. So I go out and I talk to the lady who was the intake coordinator there, and we're sitting out by this pool, and I'm telling her, I'm like, I don't feel safe here.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable. I don't know where these people are.
Right.
Some of them are heroin addicts and on meth, and at that point I didn't understand. It's all the same, really.
Right.
And I was very naive, and I was afraid, and so I get them to call their boss to say, look, this guy doesn't need detox. Can we take him right to the facility? And yep, okay. So finally they get the okay, and then they drive me across town, LA, to this place, and this is the one I saw the pictures of, and it looked really nice. The rooms were nice looking, and I get there, and it doesn't look like the pictures.
Oh.
It doesn't look like anything online.
Right, of course.
And it looked like a rundown Motel 6 that they had converted, into this treatment center. And I get there, and the guy's smoking inside,
oh my God.
which was kind of And I smoked at that time, so it didn't really shock me, but it did, because this is California. Everywhere you go, it's cigarettes will kill you, and it causes they're all about the anti-cigarettes out there, and they're over $10 a pack, and so I thought that was kind of weird. And they're just having me fill out this paperwork, and a guy comes in and asks me if I've ever made a bed before, and I looked at him and said, yeah. So he throws me these sheets, and he's like, here you go make it. And I'm like, all right. All right, cool, that's good. And you're in this room, he just kind of throws me the keys, that's right down there, and okay. So I go in the room, and there's 2 empty beds, and then there was the bed that was my bed. Mm-hmm. And I looked down at it, and I could see, there's a little twin size mattress, just one little. There's no springs. There's just boom mattress.
Yeah.
And on this blue. It was blue and white striped, and there was blood stains all over it.
Oh my gosh.
And I remember thinking, well, you know what, Corey, you did this to yourself. You're going to have to just suck it up.
Right.
So I make the bed with these sheets, and I try to lay down, and I just hear guys out by the pool that you couldn't swim in. I mean, the water was like brown.
Ew.
Yeah, and I couldn't sleep. So I get up and I go out. I'm like, well, I'll have a cigarette. Maybe I'll talk to these guys and they'll calm me down and get out there. And dude from Friday After Next came out and he was like, hey, man, can I get a cigarette? You know, yeah, just try not to penetrate me later. Here you go. And realized that I was not getting calmed down by that. So I go back in, trying to lay in the bed for another... I laid there for maybe a half an hour. And that's when I was like, you know what, Corey, this is not going to work for you. You know, I don't know who my 2 roommates will be, but I can't do it. So I go tell them, I can't stay here. And they're like, well, you're going to have to pay us anyway. And I'm like, that's called false advertising.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't really care. And then they just said, all right, well, you have to leave. Here's your phone. Here's your stuff back. You cannot stay on our property. You have to go across the street outside or whatever. And so there I am in L.A. Try to get a cab.
Right.
And actually, that wasn't even L.A. That was Palm Springs.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when I I did get a cab. They took me to a hotel. And I was in there for 2 days. And I'm surprised looking back that I didn't drink.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in a hotel room for 2 days and I did not drink. That was...
Maybe it's because you didn't know the surroundings.
Well, that, and I mean, I really don't... I didn't drink for fun, like I said.
Right.
I don't know. But I'm surprised that I didn't.
Yeah, me too.
'Cause there was a lot of drama and a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what kind of made me keep my wits about me by not drinking.
Yeah, and maybe you had a goal to get home.
Or to get to rehab.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you were, like, trying to find a rehab.
Then when I went to L.A., that was just a different story. And it started out, it was okay. And then it got to the point where, looking back now, I can see I was looking for any excuse possible.
Right.
You know, I got in there and they had me see the psychiatrist, and he asked me what this and that. And I'm just giving him the rundown of I'm good. I don't need anything. I'm just an alcoholic. I'm not crazy. Don't put me on any pills. No, I'm not depressed, man. I'm just got a drinking problem. And he didn't care. And then one of the case managers came and saw me, and she told me that I needed to have something else wrong with me. That I had to have depression. I had to have something else wrong in order for me to be there, so that they could charge the insurance for dual diagnosis.
Oh my gosh.
And I didn't even know what that meant. You know, I don't know. I was so confused by the whole, I thought you cared about me and you just want to do whatever just so you could charge the insurance company. Like, that doesn't sound like you care about me. And then when we went to the class, because in LA they would drive us across town and it would take us forever to get there. Just pack us on this little ass white van, and take us there. We'd get out, but then they would have these groups throughout the day, and they would kind of split us up between men and women, if I remember right. But in some groups, women were in there, but we had this one sexual addiction group, and Lord. I remember looking at the board going, man, okay, I'll go in there and check it out, I guess. I'm a 2, and that's what number 2s are doing today.
Get somebody's number. That's what
it was
thinking.
all men, so I wasn't really...
Well, maybe.
What's your ex-girlfriend's number?
If you're into that.
Yeah, I mean, some people are. I'm just not. Different strokes for different folks, but... Yeah, and then this guy starts telling this story about this dog and the stuff that he used to do.
Ew, to his dog?
Yeah, and his girlfriend found it. And I was just like, whoa. Because he would record it, which now that like blows my mind.
Isn't that bestiality?
Yeah. And
that
then
should be like locked up.
But I have another theory about all that too. I'll get into that in a minute. And then this other guy is talking about how he went to the Philippines and just nasty stuff that I'm not going to even get close to. I mean,
That kind of makes me want to gag.
I know what you're thinking. Corey, you just told me about somebody having relations with a dog.
Yeah,
but you're
so
not
I'm
gonna
thinking
tell me
like
this other
donkey.
I
I don't know why Philippines makes me think of a donkey.
Because you're racist.
Shut up. No, I'm not.
Man.
No.
Just kidding. But so I remember looking at the dude that was my roommate at the time, and we were looking at each other like, what in the are we doing here? Like,
My mom would have liked to be in that group
we are just
with her drawings.
some drunks. Like we like the vodka. Like this is something we need to leave. And I did. I went to him. I was like, I don't belong here. I don't need any of this stuff. And he booked my flight home. They're like, well, you have to pay for it. Okay. Give me a computer and get me out of here is what I was thinking. But now looking back at it, though, it was just looking for any excuse. And, sexual addiction, it really is the same. In some parts or some points, because you would look at me, Kylie, and say, why is he drinking? Like, he knows that this isn't going to turn out good. Like,
right.
What's he doing? Like, he's embarrassing himself. He's risking his life. Why would he do that, Mm-hmm. Where we look at someone, and I use that doctor in Texas all the time, he'd go up to people's cars while he was in his car in like a parking lot, like a, Target or Walmart, and he'd start doing the deed to himself.
Yuck. And
like making sure that they would see him, and why would somebody do that?
Cap his ass.
Why would someone do that, Kylie? Because they're not right mentally. There's some imbalance going on there. And I think it's the same, with gambling, with any drug, name it.
Sexual, like, when they're doing, like, jacking off in front of people, I feel like that is harming a lot more people than other people. Well, just like, there's a certain point where it's not all the same, where some people should be committed for certain shit, and some people shouldn't.
Sexual relationship.
Yeah. Well, like, if somebody's going off and doing that to people and they want to see, they should just be, like, out of society forever and never deemed to come back. But that's just sick. Like,
there's people that say the same thing about alcoholics. Oh, he drinks too much. He shouldn't even be around society. Stuff that comes out of his mouth when he's drinking.
It's not the same, though. You cannot categorize yourself in the same level as them. Because it's not the same.
Okay, why is it not?
Because that's just, like, they are harming so many other people.
Because they have a different...
Because they're openly doing...
outlet for their sickness?
I don't know. No.
Something is not right in their brain. Like, something is not right in my brain.
Yeah, I know.
Like, why would I... If I gave you a plate of brownies and said they're going to kill you, they're all poison, and you continue to eat them, you go, why are you doing that? Because I like brownies. I don't know. The brownies make me feel good.
I get what you're saying. I think it's different. Like, if somebody's
maybe they were
addicted
molested
to sex and then they're, like, just having sex with too many people or doing it privately. Like, that's way different than people that are just, like, openly doing shit in public.
But they have to do it.
I don't know.
Are you saying, like,
child? I don't know. You're not in the same
if they're stressed out, like if I get stressed out or whatever, hope to God that I never have to drink again.
Right.
But what if whatever life stressor would cause me to pick up a bottle, even though I know this is going to be bad for everybody involved, I'd still do it.
Well, yours isn't a perversion. Theirs is like a perversion, though, too. Like, it's their thing they go to, and it's like turns them on, and it's nasty.
Does it turn them on, or does it give them
both? It gives them their rush, and I think it turns them on, and it gives them their release in their little peepees.
In their brain. It gets their dopamine going.
And it gets
Same
their
thing
peepees.
with alcohol for me. Same thing for someone who walks into a casino.
Of course they have something
and they
wrong
hear
in
those
their brain.
Ding, ding, ding,
well, of
ding,
course
ding,
you guys
ding,
all have something wrong in their brain, and you have something different, but you can't categorize it on the same level as, like, fucked up shit or not.
I think we can.
Of course, you guys all have something. Yeah, it's mental, but, like, your punishment for your behavior should not be as harsh as their punishment for their behavior because their crime's a lot different.
See, that's the thing. There shouldn't be a punishment for trying to get help. There shouldn't be a punishment for
trying to get help.
Not realizing that you have a problem. Maybe he's around people just like when I drank.
Right.
I thought 98% of the world drank like I did. I thought everybody drank.
Right.
And then I find out, oh wait, no, not even that many people really drink, let alone drink like I drank.
Yeah. I don't know.
And maybe he's around people and that's what he thinks is normal. I don't know. Obviously, he doesn't view it the same as we do. You don't view drinking the same as I do.
Right.
You know, somebody with a gambling addiction doesn't view... I look at someone gambling and go, well, that's stupid. Why would you waste your money? That's stupid. And they would look at me and go, why? You're pouring years down your throat. Like, you're wasting more money than I am. And I'm having a good time. And I'm like, well, no, you're not. I'm having... You know, but it's all really... There are ways people can escape what they're trying to not feel or trying not to deal with.
Yeah.
And I know, you're look on your face says it all, but
I don't think.
What about
they're
people
not
who
always
go
trying to
around pooping
escape.
in public?
That's like their.
What about people who steal?
Yeah.
You know, there's people who just steal just because they get that brush. And then once they start thinking about it, it's the same as me. You know, when I was driving home and thinking about, oh man, I could probably just tell the girlfriend at the time, I'd probably just tell her that I'm going to hang out with Nico all night.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell her. Yeah, she'll buy it. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But I made that like justify in my mind. Once I started thinking about it, I was set. I was off.
Right.
You know, and they say, call a sponsor. No, when I got to that point, there was nobody. I wasn't calling anybody.
Right.
Except to tell you not to come over.
Right.
So I'm hanging out with my cat.
Isolation.
But they are probably the same way. You know, they probably get that same itch. And once they get that itch, you cannot go away.
So what about murderers?
Well, murder, I don't think is an addiction.
That's what I'm saying. When people, they go around molesting people.
I don't think someone's like, you know what, I have a bad day, I'm going to go shoot somebody.
If you could put that in the same argument as you're saying that child molesters and people that jack off in front of people.
I didn't say child molesters at all.
You said people that jack off in front of people. That's
I
sexual
said
assault.
Sexual addiction.
Yeah, but then you used people, a doctor jacking off in front of people as an example. So that's what I thought we were talking about. Like people who do shit like that to harm people.
Yeah, that's not a child predator. He's not a...
That's sexually assaulting whoever he's like going up to his car like...
He's not like skeeting on him or nothing, I don't think.
Yeah, but that's...
And either way.
That's
but I wasn't
assault.
saying that.
Yeah, I thought you were. Like, I mean, of course, like, if they're addicted to sex and as long as they're doing shit legally and not, like, raping people.
Right, he wasn't
shit.
Raping people. He was just
that
beating
guy,
off in his car.
Yeah, well, you said he wanted people to see him.
Yeah.
Like, see his penis.
Yeah, he'd pull up.
Yeah, that's, like, sexual assault. I would say, because that's just, like, fucked up.
He never touched the women.
Yeah. He was probably doing it to little kids, too.
No.
How do you know?
Because I read the story. I saw his charges. Come on now.
Oh, Lord. But he was, yeah.
No,
I don't know.
But
why? Did you do that before?
No, I've never done that before.
Ew. I thought you were talking about him. Like, of course, if people are just addicted to sex and they're doing shit, like, yeah, I mean, I think they would be in the same category as alcoholics, gamblers, all that. But I mean, of course, if they're out like raping people, because that's what gets them off.
I
like,
didn't say rape.
I know. I'm sorry. That's what my head went to when you said that guy that was jacking off. Like, that's to me is like, that's fucked up. Like, that's like,
you know, we keep this
he's getting
PG around here
charges
most of the time.
That's screwed up. Anyways, I think that's in a different category. I would say that's in the categories as like a sexual predator, and not in the same category as you, because you aren't a predator. You aren't like you aren't. I don't know. I think that's kind of. I don't know. I thought you were going there.
No.
No. Okay.
Sexual relationship.
Chris,
good
stop
Lord.
it. So Skywood Recovery, though, back to that.
Oh
man,
my gosh!
that they were not.
We are circling.
They were not
back.
open at that time, and Man, if they would have been, it would have been amazing.
Mike's gonna come in. My husband's coming in.
He should go to Skywood Recovery and just check it out. Check it out for a minute. Now, here's something else that I kind of wanted to bring up, too, because, and don't knock me for saying this because it's some personal family stuff, but I was invited on a vacation with the family, and at first I was excited. I was thinking, oh, this will be fun, and thinking of all the good things, and here's why I'm relating it to recovery is because I do the same thing in my mind, or used to, when I would think, oh, I can have this drink, or I would start fantasizing about, oh, when I get off work, I'm gonna drink this and have this and watch this or do whatever. But then it turns out not to be so great. Well, the vacation to California, it's like, oh yeah, everybody's gonna be there. It'll be fun. It'll be great. Yeah. But then I start thinking about it. Like, whoa. This could go wrong. That could go wrong. This and that and this and that. And I don't know if I'm being pessimistic and just thinking, well, the bad stuff's going to happen. Because if you think the bad stuff's going to happen, you're going to pick up. I mean, the bad stuff's going to happen regardless. Yeah. But if you're always waiting for the bad stuff to happen.
Always looking for it.
You're going to point it out more.
If you're looking for a yellow car, you will always see a yellow car.
Yeah. And it's the same thing.
Right.
So I don't know if I'm being...
You can't live in fear either.
No.
Because that's like...
But
you're being a realist.
I think it boils down
/ pessimist.
Yeah. Well,
a little bit of both. But if you had the realness mixed with optimism, which I think you had at first. But I think, I don't know, some people get anxiety over traveling.
Or is it just that I'm selfish and want things my way? Because going to L.A. to me on vacation doesn't sound very relaxing.
Well, you have to do what's best for you.
But I don't know. I'm always going to want what's best for me, and that would be the easy way out.
Well, vacation is supposed to be, like, selfish in itself because you're going on vacation for yourself. So if that's not somewhere you want to go, then just don't go.
Yeah, and it is okay to say no sometimes. And
it's very okay to say no.
I'm not saying no that I don't want to hang out with you guys and get into the arguments and the fights and stuff that's going to most likely happen. It's not that I don't want to be a part of that. It's just that I don't like to be around 4 million people.
Yeah.
I don't.
Just think of all the good content that will come out of those fights.
Yeah, but...
Good stories.
I don't know. Then, yeah...
You always make things fun, though. So if you go, you'll go.
Or would I bring everybody else down because I'm moping around and not doing what I want to do, which is just sit out the back porch and have a cup of coffee or something, like...
I think nobody has to do things as, like, a big group. I think vacation should be about if you're going with a group of people and this person doesn't want to do that group activity, it should be... fine. And if anybody has a problem with it, then they do not know what vacation is about, and then they can have a problem with it and it doesn't affect you. That's their mood that it's affecting.
Well, yeah, I think that would...
Don't worry about how you are affecting other people unless you're being an asshole or something.
What are you...
Man.
Kylie. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll overthink this one like I do so many other things, but...
I've been overthinking it, too. Like, I go from really excited to really anxious. But I get that way, like, even last summer we were going to go to the outskirts of Detroit for a week over the summer.
Detroit, you have a bus stop.
Detroit. It wasn't Detroit. It was, like, half hour away.
Man.
And, Mike was working over there, so it was the summer. We're going to take our camper and go over there. So we were camping all weekend, and then we were going to go to Detroit. And I just had so much anxiety. I'm like, I'm not going. I don't think this is a good idea. Something bad is going to happen. And then we went there and just had the best time. And now I look back, I'm like, I'm so stupid for...
Worried about nothing.
Yeah, worried about nothing. And it's just like, think of all the... Yeah, like there was some bad moments. But bad moments don't make the whole thing. I just think of, like, all the memories that came and just at peace. And even, like, we weren't even in the best area because Detroit area kind of effing sucks. And there was just, we were in Ypsilanti. Belleville. And, you know, that's not very, like, good area at all. It's just kind of crap holes, but no offense to anybody.
But yeah, if you'd have been, or if you wouldn't have went, you know, look at all those memories you'd have missed out on.
Yeah, and I would have not had this perspective that I have now that, like, for this vacation, I'm worried and I'm afraid to fly, but you know what? I think even if there's bad moments, the good memories are going to outweigh the bad. And just, like, the pictures you get with your kids and, I don't know. And just experience, because I'm just thinking, like, we only live one time. And I always think, I want to travel, I want to do this. And
I want to time travel.
Yeah. Then your body will get depixelated, and then you'll get lost in space.
It's not how that works. You watch too much TV.
Then how do you time travel? How does it work? Exactly. So you don't know.
I find out, though.
No, and we are not on any type of psychedelics, I swear. I'm talking about time travel.
No, time is possible. Einstein said it was.
Who said it was?
Einstein.
Einstein, yeah.
Buddy Albert.
I don't want to know if it's possible. That's one of those things, if it's possible, I'd rather not know, because I don't want to think about somebody changing my life. I don't know. Would you go back and change anything if you had a time machine? Or if you just changed one thing in the past, your life could be totally different right now. You might not be in this living room. Isn't that kind of freaky?
Kinda. Yeah, I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah.
I've had a pretty good life, most people would say.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. But I mean, I had to go through what I had to go through to
Exactly. That's
be
why.
where I'm at right now. And
Exactly. That's why the thought of time travel is scary to me.
A lot of pain. But, so now I'm really torn again, because do I be selfish and then deny you guys an opportunity to get to know my girlfriend more? Mm-hmm. And, you know, maybe I'll have some fun. Maybe I'll get to, like, 4 million people.
Well, there's a lot of things out there that you can go and you don't see those people.
Maybe it's not about me.
And, you know, if everybody is going to do something that you know there's going to be a lot of people, just skip out on it and just don't go. And if Marnie wants to go, she can go with us too. And if you want to stay back at the house, because I'm sure you're not the only one that's not going to want to go see 4 million people.
But what if it's just Marnie and I at the house?
Sexual relationship.
Then you guys enjoy yourselves, but do not go over to my bed. You could do that in Travis's bed.
Whoa. No. They...
Ew.
I don't know. You know, I guess I need to change the way I'm thinking about this. You know, and I say this a lot on this podcast is, you know, how you think about things and how you. It really does affect the outcome. It affects, like if I'm going to this trip, and even if I just give in, as some would say, if I just give in and go, okay, we're gonna go,
right?
And I had this Eeyore attitude with it, like, oh, it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's going to be miserable. And then it's going to be miserable. And not only is it going to be miserable for me, it's going to be miserable for everybody else that is around me.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to want to be around me. But then, boom, here we are trapped in the house. Or, you know, we're going out to eat. No, Corey doesn't like this place. Oh, you know, and he's going to throw a fit. And I don't throw a fit.
You don't throw fits. I mean.
But still, I can bring the mood down.
You're a lot better now sober, and now that you've been sober for so long, you're a different person. Like you in active recovery, when you were going back and forth, I mean, yeah, you were hard to be around a little bit, but you aren't really like that as much anymore. You're not as much like a king attitude as much anymore. You're a lot more pleasant to be around, and you're just funny and just Well, I've always liked to hang out with you, but it's just easier. And you're just really pleasant now. I think everybody's hard to be around in their own way, like, sometime. Oh, you're making me cough. What is it?
Vaping her out.
Man, shh.
I think it's Tyrone.
That was brought to you by Corey's vaping in my lungs.
There you go, yep.
Oh, Lord. Am I going to open a window now?
How come I'm not coughing?
Well, I've had a cough for like 2 months.
Oh, so you're going to blame the vape on your cough that you've had for 2 weeks? Jesus.
I know. You have to edit.
I don't think they need to quarantine you. What if that happens? Mom brought that up. Like, what if you guys are one of the next 12 people out of 872 million to get it?
I mean, that was probably in our plan. But I'm not too worried about it just because, I'm young and I don't have any conditions that will compromise me or my immune system. And I don't know. I just don't worry about it for myself in particular. I mean, I wouldn't want my grandpa to go fly. I mean, I'll probably bring some Lysol wipes to clean the plane and hand sanitizer and tell the kids don't put their hands in their mouths over and over again because they're going to do it over and over again. But
I don't know. I guess I just have to.
By then, it could be over.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, you can't just stop life for every year. There's something like just last summer, EEE. That shit was scary, and I'm kind of worried about that too. This summer, like, are we gonna get EEE?
I've never heard of it.
The mosquito that was in Southwest Michigan. 2 Eau Claire farmers died from the mosquito because they had the EEE.
Oh, really?
You get brain swelling. Like, that shit was scary. And they were telling everybody don't go outside, and in Berrien County right here, there's more people that died in Michigan too. But that shit was so scary.
I didn't hear about that.
Google it. It was bad because it wasn't up by you.
Were these farmers, were they 98 years old too?
No, one was in his 60s.
Yeah, could have. You sure it wasn't like some underlying condition and they're just like, meh?
No,
did they take him to Waterville Hospital?
It causes brain swelling. That's what it did.
There's a lot of things that cause brain swelling.
Yeah.
Having a huge brain.
Southwest Michigan.
Learning a lot of stuff.
It was really scary, though.
Maybe they time traveled.
But all I know is we should go buy some stocks and off before this upcoming summer. They're probably insanely expensive, though.
Or we can just buy all the off at the
I'm
store
saying,
and then sell it.
Before spring, yeah, we could have our own little side hustle.
Mm-hmm. Like, just take over the market.
Let me see how much the stocks are.
Well, as you're checking that out, I want to remind people they can go to our website, 217recovery.com. Again, my name is Corey Winfield. My sister Kylie is joining me, and she's all about that social media life, even though she says she doesn't know anything about it. She's the social media director for 217 Recovery, and we're glad to have her on, at least I am, the podcast tonight. And we talked about a lot of silly things, but
yeah, we did, but that's okay.
But that's life, and that's my life in early recovery, and it helps people, I guess. People say they like to listen, and I appreciate that fact. I know Ryan and Chris, they appreciate it too, and thank you. And make sure to like us if you listen on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe. Same thing with Spotify, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff. Just make sure you do that. That way, when we post new episodes, you get a notification. Apparently, so
right.
And it helps us. Oh, the other day yesterday we were on our way to Skywood Recovery in Kalamazoo, and I asked Siri. I was like, Siri, play a recovery podcast, and it played some lame one. And I'm like, ugh. And then I was like, let me rephrase that. And I was like, Siri, play an entertaining podcast about recovery. And it was like, we think you'll like 217 Recovery. Now playing. I was like, oh, nice.
Oh, let's ask. Okay, Google. Play an entertaining recovery podcast.
I can't find entertaining recovery podcast on Google Podcasts, but you can ask me to play it on one of your other apps.
Okay, Google, play an entertaining recovery podcast on Spotify.
Okay, asking Spotify to play entertaining recovery podcast.
Let's see.
See what it says.
Sorry, something went wrong.
Jeez.
Try opening.
Hey Siri, play an entertaining podcast about recovery.
Okay, the recovery show Finding Serenity through 12-step recovery.
Ugh.
Now on a podcast coming
Not
up.
that one.
Welcome to episode 3.
Oh, this one was horrible.
This episode is brought to
That was really bad. No, sorry, guy. I don't mean to offend you.
Press the microphone button. Okay, 1 second.
I swear, Chris will back me up on this.
Play an entertaining recovery podcast. An error occurred. Please try again.
Hey Siri,
Man.
will you play a podcast about recovery that's actually entertaining?
Nope.
Here's the recovery show Finding Serenity through 12-step recovery. Now on a podcast.
I think you're meant
by
to
Tara
listen.
and Ann. They use the donation button on our website. Thank you, Tara and Ann, for your generous contributions.
We need some contributions
Thank you.
is what we need.
Yes. Please donate. You can donate for a t-shirt, or you can donate just because it's what Jesus would want you to do, and you want to be a good person. So do it, or else you might be a bad person. Do it.
Man.
If you want to make up for all the wrong that you've done in life, donate.
Don't make that house payment. Donate. Tax return. Donate it.
Yeah, it is tax time. We will send you a t-shirt, and if you donate in the triple digits, we will send you 2 t-shirts and a shout out on Instagram.
There you go. Thanks,
2
Connie.
t-shirts for a triple digit amount. A quadruple digit amount, we will throw in 3 t-shirts
And a sweatshirt, maybe.
and a pair of panties
Yeah.
with your man's name on them.
Corey. Or Chris.
Sexual
Or
relationship.
Tyrone.
Yeah.
We get actually soft to get hard.
There you go.
Maybe Ryan. Maybe. But no, so I just checked my phone as I was trying to get that to play again. But Chris knows and will back me up 100%. I'm not lying about that. I said that the other day in the car and it pulled up 217 recovery. But so I had sent my girlfriend a message and was like, man, I am now rethinking this whole trip thing. I think this is a horrible idea, and I just think it's gonna be bad. And she was like, well, it's family. You know what you can handle. And I think you're doubting what we can before even faced with it, you know. And
Right.
it's like, hey, I love you. I love your family. I told you that, or you told me that you're that guy that when you say you're going to do something, you do it. It'll be a blast. Hard
Yeah.
face with a bunch of hearts on it.
And, you know, if she goes,
So-
I think some people will be on their best behavior.
Tyrone.
Man,
Or she gets to see the real shit. And this will be the test if she wants to stay with you.
Oh yeah, I'm the dirty man.
Yeah, you
tonight.
are.
Family when their real deal is going on. I think she got to see some real stuff last time. Because Marnie's really easy to, like, talk to you. You feel like you've known her forever. It's like when I met her, like, first talking to her, it's like, she's just a person that you feel like you've known for a long time.
Yeah, she's really cool, man.
She's really relatable.
And
She would be good on Survivor with her social skills. Speaking of,
yeah.
we're
But-
kind of obsessed.
Yeah, I like Survivor. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'll think on that. I'll weigh out instead of just reacting to things that haven't even happened yet. And I'm going to spend some time in my mind, not overthink it, but
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is, like, you might have to not overthink.
I'll pray about it.
Yeah. Or you could say send you a sign. Or, if you think about it.
Send me $313.58.
Yeah.
That's what tickets
you
cost.
have
And then
a
the
while.
tickets are cheap too, so.
Yeah, you probably have a little bit to decide. I would give it a week, maybe. You probably have it, and you could still keep the same ticket prices. Or they could even go down even further.
Right. But it's not about the ticket prices. I mean, yeah, it would be nice not to spend that money, but again, it's not that much. But it's about the fear of just this.
Do you think you're afraid to
National
fly?
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or European Vacation, where everything's just going wrong, and
Then you can podcast about it, and it'd be very entertaining. People like to hear that, though. You can bring this along, and then, or we could journal.
Yeah, we're gonna journal. Okay, that's what we're gonna do.
You could just make little voice memos about crazy stuff or we could video.
Man,
Get our stuff to go viral on YouTube, and we can start YouTubing. I know I gotta get my camera fixed.
Anyway, I am falling asleep as we talk, so
Oh man!
I think we'll wrap it up. But thank you, Kylie, for joining me on the podcast tonight.
Thank you for coming down to my house to do it.
217recovery.com. You need resources, go to our resources page, and we have some of our friends on there. Kirsten's Ride, they're doing a suicide prevention training Monday and Tuesday. I'm going to be there for that.
Where's
Pretty
that
excited. East Jordan.
East Jordan.
Yep,
So
and you would have had to
there.
pre-register for that. But
Okay.
if you're not in northern Michigan, if you're in a different state, whatever, different country, Ireland, hey, what's up?
Hello.
New Zealand, how are you tonight? And you can still go to their website, and then it'll link you to different things that are near you.
Are there any other events you guys are doing soon?
We do have, yes. It seems like there's something, well, there's something coming up this month, and then there's something in April. And then, of course, the UFAM rallies in May
Okay.
in Lansing, and that'll be fun.
Will you update everybody?
Yeah,
The
as soon,
exact dates. So we can
yeah,
get 'em?
and when the UFAM thing comes through, I sent a proposal saying, hey, we want to be a media sponsor again. And they had already told us, a month or so ago, hey, we want you guys to be a part of it and a bigger part this year than you were last year. And I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, maybe some stage announcements or whatever they want us to do, man. Maybe they want us just parking people. Whatever. We'll help out however we can. And, we'll be honored to be there. But once we get that back from them saying, yep, this is the deal, this is what, we agree to, and then we'll go from there, but we'll be there for sure. And it's just a matter of timing, getting stuff back. And I know I sent it early anyway, but yeah, we'll have a link to all their stuff and how you can register for free tickets and stuff too on our website. So
Perfect. Cool.
keep a lookout for that. Read Anna's blog; she uploads that. Broken to Beautiful, and also her podcast, Broken to Beautiful. And she told her story the other day on there. If you want to hear Anna's story a little bit about where she got to, how she got to, when she got to doing what she's doing.
Awesome.
If that made any sense.
Tune in.
Yes.
And donate.
Yep, and check it out. Oh, yeah, and shirts. We got the Chris Goss shirts and the Tyrone shirts. We're going to start selling those, and a Captain Save-A-Ho shirt.
Oh.
That should go viral because it's
Nice.
awesome.
I will take one for California.
Save-A-Ho?
Yep.
Okay.
And a wife beater, please.
Right.
With a yellow stain in the pits. So I can really look like I'm from the Midwest.
Man.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks again for listening. Share us with your friends. And if you didn't like this episode, maybe you liked the one previous or the one before that. Over 129 hours for you to listen to. So enjoy and have a good day, good night. And we will talk to you again tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. For more episodes plus bonus features, download the 217 Recovery app.